Hi, I'm Miles Leonard. I'm the president of Parlophone and Virgin Labels UK. I think within the role, it's always very exciting when you find a new act or you hear a new demo or hear some new music and you follow up on that. And I think that aside from that, there's nothing more exciting than when you actually see then one of your artists that it starts to have hit records and actually starts to have the success that you hoped that they would always have or what you feel they really deserve to have. We went to meet Tiny Temper. He talked to us about many aspects of not just his music career, but his ambitions from his merchandise or clothing range or his studio or the label that he wanted to set up and find new people, and just immense ambition. And I think we signed him in November and we had a number one record in February, and then the attention just blew all through that year. We second single went to number two, third single went to number one, the album went to number one. I mean, it just everything suddenly happened so quickly for him, and very well deserved. My mother was very aware of the arts, and my mother was very integral in introducing me to a lot of things in film and art and photography, and she probably doesn't actually know that, but from a very early age, I remember whatever been, I don't know, I think it's probably about 10 or 11, and making me sit down and watch Midnight Cowboy, and I remember she said, you have to watch this film, which I look back now and I think they're just absolute classics. And so she was very important, integral in helping me to, find the love and excitement in and art. When I say film, art, photography, music, all those sorts of things. And I sat in my careers meeting and they said, okay, what are you doing? I remember saying I want to work in a, do hairdressing or work in a shop on the King's Road or something like that. And it was very much, well, okay, that wonderful, Miles, but forget about that. Let's talk about Panasonic or whatever it was up the road. That actually, I realised and recognised then that it was so narrow-minded, and I thought, no, I want to do this more than anything, but I just didn't know what. Is it music? I just didn't know how you get into any of these things. How do you get in? It seems this world that just happens, and so I hadn't a clue what to do. So I left school and became a plumber. As I was a plumber, I was going out and buying new music and finding new bands to go and see. I was interested in new music, so I thought that should be the place I should go. Suddenly, I started meeting people and realised that actually anyone could get in. It wasn't sort of the chosen few. It was about whether you had real passion for it and you didn't take rejection and you kept pushing until you got a foot in the door. And then eventually somebody said, come over and see us, and gave me a job. I remember when I first started as a scout and thinking one day, just one day, I could be a head of A&R, and it seems so far fetched, to be a head of A&R. And now being able to work across Parlophone and Virgin, two labels that I always admired before I worked there. And in fact, actually, years ago, I got fired from Virgin about 3 years after I started. A real sense of pride when actually they said, "Can you come and run Virgin?" And it was it's like, after being told he never worked there again. So the fact that I'm still here and I've had 20 years working in music, I feel immensely fortunate.